y'all watched their version of the series before Toonami? Sunday mornings at like, 5. It was early for us. Okay, good. Now, how many of y'all discovered them later on with the Rock the Dragon set and with the internet and everything? Woo! Just wanted to see. Because I feel like that kind of revitalized like that for people who weren't around. They got to see it, So we're going to talk about all of that here today. Let's get to it. Why not? And like I said, we're going to eventually line up. All right, so let me get my questions. I have one that I have to look at real quick here. Okay, so having done both anime and Western animation, y'all guys call it pre-lay and post-lay. Pre-lay is you do the voice, they animate it later. Like big movies do that, and some TV shows. But post-lay is you've got an anime or a foreign show and you have to do the voice for it, and that's
we actually call it dubbing, but
dubbing.
I think we call it post-lay, but yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Or ADR. Or ADR, yeah, it's another one too.
ADR. I feel dumb now, but
no.
Which do you like more?
I'll be honest, I like pre-lay more. As an actor, we get to work in the whole room on a pre-lay show with all the other performers. So it is, and actually probably everybody who's done Dragon Ball Z, if they would have an opportunity to be in a room with all the rest of their castmates and work off of each other, and then they animated it after, they would have loved that even more. Because with dubbing, we're just by ourselves. There's an engineer and a director on the other side of the glass, and we're alone in the booth just doing our lines. Not anything, we're not seeing much else of the show. We just jump and skip to your line, skip to your next line, skip to your next line. So it's not nearly as engaging as when you get to work on a show with other performers. And pre-lay pays way more money.
And it was kind of a big deal. It was a pretty big budget film, but it was done in Beijing, and they had not really had much experience with working with Western actors. Or really speaking a lot of English at this point. So this is one of those, like, people call it, what's the weirdest direction? This is what I got. I played a character called Yun, runs with bun, in spite of my practicing a perfect Cantonese pronunciation. I'm like, no, it runs with bun. So we get in there, and it's very kind of strangely disorganized. It's like the auditions were on little tape recorders, and meh. So we go, okay, we want to, what we want from this character, he has to be like water, but not the river. He has to be like the ocean. We want to hear the color blue. Like, you want it louder, faster, quieter, shorter, or softer? I don't know. No, we want the color blue, like the ocean wave.
And my story is almost identical to that, except that clearly this guy, his direction was water-based. Because he said to me,
he was probably an Aquarius.
He said, okay, we want you to be like water. Okay, we've already heard that. But because water can be many things, sometimes solid, sometimes a vapor, sometimes a liquid. So, go. What? I'm going to do it like a piece of ice.
That beats blue.
Yeah.
I just did the whole thing right there.
Sorry, we kind of went off there. Sorry.
Hey, it's your show. Next question. So, with Dragon Ball, you guys were there from the beginning, from day one. You set the
hire us, can find us.
We are polyphonic prostitutes. We will make sounds for money. We don't care what the sound is.
So, there's no mystery to this. Like, you guys could actually play a key role in this. If you want to hear one of us OG guys in new stuff, you can make it happen. And I'd be happy to do it. I'd be happy to be Goku again. No, I don't want to start any trouble.
Because I start giving those death threats back to Peter.
Yeah, no. I want to make this very, very clear. I would be happy to do something. I don't want the role of Goku. That's someone else's.
Well, I have a confession to make about this. So, about 3 years ago on Twitter, before you knew who I was or Sean, I made a tweet and I said, This is right when the Goku Black stuff began. I said, wouldn't it be cool if they brought back Ian to play Goku Black? Because that would be like with Copy Vegeta, and you know, Sean didn't really take it too well that day, right? Said a lot
I think
of
I remember
things.
that.
He said a lot of mean things, not that mean. Oh, I've been doing it for 15 years now. And then he came to a convention in Tampa, which is where I live. He's like, yeah, some guy said that Corlett should play Goku, but no, I'm Goku. You know how Sean is. And then, and to this day, I haven't told him that was me. I have not told him.
No,
Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag now.
This isn't being recorded, is it? Oh, shoot.
Which I get it, because in the Japanese version, Nozawa plays both, so I get it. But I just think as an Easter egg, like what they did with Copy Vegeta, that would have been fantastic. Would y'all agree? That's with Zero playing a villain.
Yeah, that would be actually that'd be perfect. Right?
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, no one wants to take over or like I want that role back. Well, I don't think anyway. No, we're not like that. But the way I like to, it's kind of a simile. I compare it to James Bond because, well, first of all, I really like James Bond, and anytime I can compare myself to anything to do with James Bond, I'll do it.
There's several different villain laughs. If you look it up in the book.
Of course there is.
No, it's in the book. It's on page 7.
Okay.
There's the movie. There's that, which is the big dumb villain. You know, there's the mad scientist villain. Yeah. You know, when I was Dr. Wily, it was like, don't put him up pins to take over the earth. And then there's the goofy little comic villain, which was, I'd say, no, I will not be denied. You start your character with a laugh.
Yeah.
And that's actually true. When I started doing cartoons, you know, and going in and auditioning, I was going, what is the angle of this character? And a lot of times, I was taught this by Susan Blue. It's like, figure out what his laugh is. Yeah. And once you kind of get that, all of a sudden it falls into place.
It's a big challenge, too.
Yeah. Dead-Eye Duck that I did on Bucky O'Hare and the Toad Wars 1,000 years ago. I started with the laugh. And suddenly the laugh popped out and I went, I get this now! There's the character.
Ryan?
He did the, and that's exactly right, because for Ryuk in Death Note, which a lot of folks know, that was the very first thing they wanted to hear when they wanted to sort of be somewhat similar to the Japanese, was that that really said, if you can kind of get the laugh, then we'll work around the voice. So yeah, that's true. It's a great thing to find first.
My favorite, this is a comic villain that I did for a show that probably no one saw. It's not that long ago, called Dr. Dimension Pants. Oh. I did a character called The Cortex because he had a giant head, and he laughed like this. So, that's why I like comic villains.
Phenomenal. Thank you.
It was great. I love it so much today. But my question is between doing Goku on Dragon Ball, doing Tsunami, and then doing Rolf on Ed and Eddie, what was your favorite character to do between the two and why?
I would have to go with Rolf just from a fun factor. I mean, Goku is obviously very iconic, but Rolf, like we would record with everybody in the room. The entire cast was there, and we would laugh so hard. Like, we screwed up so many takes. A lot of it due to Rolf, just because they started very quickly to let me do these little ad-lib reactions that were not in the script. So it's like,
oh, look at you, the green-headed dead boy.
Schlaher was not in the script. So as the show went on, they would just say, yeah, do your line, and then or just Rolf it up after that. That wasn't in the script.
Thank you.
What your take would sound like. I'm going to witness protection.
Somebody's over by the power cord.
Somebody out there just said Sean Schimmel 3 times.
something. I did a character Whiplash in Iron Man Armored Adventures that was probably the closer to the direction I would go given the option, right? But
He possibly would be more like this. Really? Challenge me. Can't wait.
something like that.
Thank you very much.
This is y'all raw, uncut, the way it was done.
Yeah.
How can I get my hands on this thing? Give me numbers. I want it.
$40. $40.
Every time I'm at Ocean Studios, whenever I'm working on something there, I poke my nose in an office and ask and say, what's the deal? Where is it? It's gonna, there's people asking about it all the time, and whether it airs on television or just goes straight to a box set, people want it, so get it, find a way to make it happen. And I can only imagine there's something legal stopping it, or distribution rights or something. That's all I can imagine is the issue, because we recorded it all.
It does exist.
And you're all uncut on it. That's what everybody wants, the uncut, you know, the way it was supposed to be done. So, thank you for being here. Like I said at the beginning of this whole thing, these guys were the root that planted the underground in the soil, and it created this giant flower of Dragon Ball that so many people. Please give them all applause. Scott McNeil,
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
and Brian Drummond.
Come see us at
As Geekdom 101, come on out! You gotta love it! So really, he's going to be running the thing, I think. I'm going to sit over there. I'm going to let him take control. At home, I call him the Dragon Ball Encyclopedia, because he is, right? He knows all.
My heart. Well, thank you. Yes, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Have a seat.
Here, do what you do.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, she wanted to give me an intro. Today's my birthday. It was
Oh,
nice
yeah, I
of
was
her.
supposed to say that.
Very kind of her.
Wait, before you start, well, let's get the actors out, and then I think we should sing for
They
him.
already did.
Today's a big day.
They already did. I'm good.
Oh, they did?
Yes. It's
Earlier?
Yeah, today's your shine. I will shine on you.
You want to? Let's get the other two actors out, and then I think we should sing again.
All right. Let's do it. So, today we're talking about Dragon Ball GT, what many have considered the redheaded stepchild of the series, but yeah, there's some, it's not perfect, but there are a lot of cool things about GT and cool concepts that we're going to go over here. And we're going to go into some inside stuff, because I have questions. Because everybody talks about Z, because Z has such a high bar, and then GT had to follow it, which is hard. With Super, they had 17 years of a break, so they, you know, people kind of moved on, then, oh, it's back. GT was right after. But I have so many questions, it's going to be great. So, and of course, like before, we're going to do the VIP lineup. You know the drill, you've been here before. Anyways, so Elise Bowman's here, she's Pam, you know that. Granddaughter of the future. Let's bring out the original other two that make up the original GT trio. And all the merchandising for GT, the DVDs, the posters, it's always these three characters voiced by these three people. First, let me introduce the voice of Kid Goku in Dragon Ball and in GT and in Z flashbacks. You love her, everyone does. Stephanie Nadolny.
I guess I should say something. Hello, everybody! Look at eyes. Down? No? Can I talk? Okay. It's good to be here. Thank you guys so much. We hope you enjoy the panel. You guys is absolutely the best. The fans are the absolute best part of what we do, and we just love you to pieces. So let's just have some fun today, okay?
By the way, we have some open seats up here. I don't think they're going to come, so if you want to move up, I'm cool with it. Just letting you know, we have some open seats here. We sit in the front row. Ain't nobody going to move? The front row, dude. What are you thinking?
Don't be shy.
Yeah, it's all good. They're not going to show up, I don't think. Or maybe they're drunk. Who knows? Last night was crazy for a lot of us. Who knows? Hopefully not. All right, let's bring up the third person here. When GT opened up, part of the original cast, this guy was not supposed to go out in space with them, but he wound up going anyways. He is the acting president of Capsule Corporation, the son of the future and the son of the richest family on Earth, the voice of Trunks, Mr. Eric Bale.
Bye.
Bye. It's been fun.
He runs his own show. Look at him. What a comedian. So it was like a whole. I think most of the characters were brought back. The actors.
Yeah, most.
I certainly was available and ready to work, and absolutely loved all of the series. But I'm not real sure exactly. I just kind of had to let that go and just kind of pursue more, my music and my singing. And I'm still, Funimation's still in my backyard, so if they decide to call, I'm here.
Oh, well. Yeah.
And I appreciate the opportunities that I did have.
I'm glad you're so optimistic. We love your voice. Thank you.
Thank you.
They're putting out a 30th anniversary Blu-ray. You should get an interview. Come on, man. You should get an interview on it. Yeah, the video quality's not the best, but you should get an interview on it.
I would love that.
Because you're on there. So.
All right.
Hi there, everybody. I'm just so honored to finally hear your voice in person.
Hi. So, what is up, guys? Caitlin here. So, besides all the convention-y stuff I like to do, the most suggested things in the area. So we went on a gondola ride, and you'll see little snippets of that in another video. But we really wanted to see, besides the birds over here. Hello, ducks. Hello. Can I pet you, Ducky?
He's just walking. He's not really putting it up.
They said no. But that's an interesting concept.
Sure enough.
Anyway, besides the gondola ride, it also says you have to see the Mustangs of Las Colinas, which is a statue, or multiple statues, of running Mustangs. And there's a clock that has flowers all around it. So we're going to go see those two things before we leave tomorrow, and you can come with us.
So here we have the Mustangs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Mustangs. When I heard about Mustangs, I thought maybe they meant the cars, and they were just displaying that they were probably maybe the first 10. I didn't think this was what they meant. So, but regardless, still nice. Swampy water.
Yeah, they're doing some construction right now. So the museum that goes with it is actually closed right now for a little bit of renovation. And they're actually fixing this. Apparently, they're going to make it a little better underneath. They're trying to be more economically friendly and reroute water from Lake Carolyn to be the source of different things in the area. So I can understand that, but you have to at least appreciate the artistic value of these horses. the depth of the detail in them, the different poses they've done. Like, it's really pretty cool, actually. And they're huge. Like, these are pretty life-size. I mean, that's how big Mustangs are.
Are they really?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Like, it's about to jump into the water. It literally has movement to it, and the little fold in the back.
This one have a story?
No, I'm just going to say people not climbing on them.
How do they know that I won't climb on them?
Well, I guess they're assuming you're going to be good and not climb on them.
Huge.
Take your finger out of the horse's nose.
Oh my goodness. Fresh ass.
Better edit that out. Williams Square. So this is where the Mustangs are located. Say hi, honey.
Sorry for the lack of vlog or of my face. But someone's got to record. So, yeah. But it's not bad. I don't know. This is a museum. But
It might be, but it's closed right now anyway.
here's some more areas that we've recently discovered. Actually, looks pretty dope. Alright, so she got some dessert. So what's it about?
So apparently this place called the Cream Street does all their ice cream with nitrous oxide. So it's just the base and then they freeze it in store. This is actually Captain Crunch ice cream that I just watched them make and freeze. And then it's got strawberries, bananas, whipped cream, and Nutella chocolate syrup on top. And it's called Captain's Breakfast. So I'm excited to try it.
You try it first.
Holy crap. Tastes just like Captain Crunch. Your turn.
Yeah, it does. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's different.
Final thoughts on the cream mystery.
It was really good. I would eat it again. Try something different. Like, the texture isn't any different like it is with the rolled ice cream, because with the rolled ice cream it's more dense. I couldn't tell much of a difference with that. Could you?
No. So if you're ever in the Irving area, Cream Mystery is where it's at for some pastries.
Pastries?
Alright, pastry, not dessert, I'm sorry. Free advertisement right there. Not that they probably don't need it, but...
It's right next to a little park.
Yes. Sorry about the blinding light. But yeah, pretty convenient. Good.
What is up, guys? So we saw the Mustangs and we went to the ice creamery. And now we're going to go see the clock. It is kind of later in the day, so, you know, hopefully we'll not too many people here.
There you go.
This is the giant clock with the flowers, and it says Las Colinas.
Is that actually a working clock?
Yeah, it's a working clock.
Oh, wow. 6:53. That's about right. It's almost 7 o'clock here.
Las Colinas.